Erik Gundersen, again, one of the sensations of Cradley's season this year. A young Dane, he's what, just over 20 years old, already has qualified for his first World Final, and just recently here became the first ever Cradley rider to take the Midland Riders' Championship. It's Mitch Shearer, his main opposition in Heat 4. Mitch, of course, has been a member of the Coventry side the past 5 seasons. He was with them during the glory years of 78 and 79 when they waltzed away with the British League Championship. Back on form. We had a bit of a lean spell a month or so back, little Mitch, but seems to be back at his best now, and he will need to be in the white-hot opposition that Cradley are providing. This is David Shields, who really was the most impressive winner first time out in Heat 2. If he can reproduce that form in Heat 4, should be something very special. See Gundersen, he may be a man to watch here. He does love this Coventry circuit. It's been said that if they held the world final here, this young man could be world champion. He's an all-action performer, puts himself around, gets stuck in, totally fearless, and indeed many experts consider him to be a very dark horse indeed for the world championship. It certainly might be a little bit early for him. It's his first world final. He was runner-up to teammate Bruce Pennell in the Intercontinental final in Voyens. He's had a marvellous season for the Heathens. He really has developed into genuine world class this year. Tremendous young prospect and a specialist at Brandon. This is the rider who is holding up proceedings in Heat 4, Kevin Hawkins, 27 years old, from Buckingham. Very shrewd by the Coventry management from Peterborough in National League. There is the lineup. Let's just have a look at them from the inside. It's going to be Mitch Shearer, then David Shields in grid 2, Kevin Hawkins grid 3, and Gundersen here and wide on the outside. The outside grids have looked perhaps the liveliest in the early races. We remember Shields got a flyer from grid 4 in Heat 2. So with Cradley 4 up, noses definitely in front and tails up as well. Here we go into Heat 4 with their Coventry specialist Erik Gundersen on the outside of the white helmet colour. And Gundersen has made a stormer, and in second place it is Shields going around the outside of Mitch Shearer, and the Heathens are in full cry. Start. Gundersen had the confidence, he had the aggression to tackle the corner, but really it must be said that Shields has proved to be the real apple cart merchant. He's back in second place, but he's leaving the Coventry pair a long way back. Shearer is losing him, is way back, something like 50 yards behind, and Hawkins is nowhere in sight. And here's Gundersen, and he really has established complete control of Heat number 4, and it looks like Cradley have got their fingers around the throat of this British League match, and it could well mean they've got a stranglehold on the British League title already. Over the line goes Erik Gundersen. Second place is Dave Shields. Third place, a long way back, was Mitch Shearer. The Cradley contingent jumping up and down with excitement because the Heathens really have gone into a storming early lead here. For so long, the kings of Midland Speedway really in trouble here after 5 races, 10 points down against their old rivals Cradley Heath, the table-topping side in 1981, and now Vic White, the Coventry team manager, who indeed was the governor at Cradley Heath for a couple of seasons, has got to try and start to pull a few jokers from the pack, and in Heat 6 he makes a tactical substitution, bringing Tommy Knudsen into the blue helmet colour to replace Rob Hollingworth and partner Ollie Olsen, and Erik Gundersen here in the white helmet colour. Really authoritative race winner, first time out, is the man they must contain. Tactical substitution allows a team manager to replace a rider deemed to be off form with a star rider, and each of those star riders, and this is Knudsen coming into Heat 6, are allowed 1 tactical substitution ride. And you can only use a tactical sub once you are 6 points behind after heat 4. It does tend to make fixtures a little bit closer. And Coventry really must hit him with everything with the kitchen sink now, because Craigley have never looked in any trouble at all to date. Here is the lineup. Olsen on the inside, my word, the Bees will be looking to the Great Dane now. John McNeil in grid 2, a second place first time out for Craigley. Tommy Knudsen has had 2 starts, has got 3 points in blue, tactical sub, and Gunderson, the man who just loves Brandon Shell on the outside. Indeed, he made a getaway in his earlier ride. Heat 6, all top Danes, they're all world finalists, these 3 Danes. And McNeil in to spice the brew. Heat 6. And it is Olsen who sweeps into the corner, but he didn't quite pick up Erik Gunderson, who's made a very, very brave first corner. He leads it. Gunderson's in front. Olsen second. Third is McNeil, and at the back, Tommy Knudsen. And that is a surprise. It was a hair-raising first corner because Olsen moved out. It looks like Knudsen might move into third place, although this is the leader. Gunderson sweeping around these corners. There's Olsen. Let's have a look at the battle for third place. There it is with Knudsen just creeping through on the inside. So after a poor start, the young Nordic champion moves up to snatch a point. But this is Gunderson, and he looks totally unbeatable on the moment. The last lap, 350 metres to go. He's lost his helmet colour, but that is the quite distinctive style of Erik Gunderson. And despite using a tactical substitute, Coventry are going to gain nothing from heat 6. Over the line is Gunderson. Second place Olsen. Third place, having to work pretty hard from the back, was Tommy Knudsen. Points divided. That still means that Craigley are 10 points up. Brave first corner from Gunderson. You can see Olsen on the inside, watch Gunderson on the outside. Now Olsen knows where the attack's going to come from. He swings right out here, but Gunderson was going to allow nothing to stop him around the outside. A really perfect piece of cornering, and the young Dane really in flying form for heat 9. Knudsen on the inside. McNeil, man of many tracks in grid 2. Off bus grid 3. Gunderson, who really has been a little short of breathtaking from the outside in his earlier rides. He's on the outside again in heat 9, and he's away again. And down has gone McNeil, who got a nudge there from Knudsen on that first corner. Gunderson is well away and aware of the drama that happened inside him. The referee is not going to stop it. Gunderson leads. Second place was Knudsen. Third is Busk. Interesting having a look at that first corner again, because it looked as though Tommy Knudsen there in second place. There's Gunderson. Did use the elbow quite ruthlessly on John McNeil. There's nobody living with Erik Gunderson. Well, they did say if the world final were to be staged at Brandon, this young man would be world champion. And on his showing tonight, never mind Brandon, he's going to be a handful at Wembley. Absolutely in control. Stretched them a mile. Over the line goes Gunderson. Second is Knudsen. And a long, long way back is Alfbus just going across the line. 3 points to each side. And there is John McNeil, who came a pearler at the first corner. And let's just have a look to see what did happen when the elbows started flying. Gunderson's away from the outside. It looked like McNeil was at the corner with him. Let's watch for Knudsen on the inside. Oh, he took his leg right out from under him. Well, Knudsen, I'm sure you'll agree, was lucky to get away with that, because he hooked his leg completely out from under him, and McNeil has every right to feel aggrieved. Let's just have a look at that incident again. Gunderson's from the outside, but watch for Knudsen on the inside, as McNeil seemed to have the drop on him when he took his leg right out from underneath him there. Knudsen lucky to escape the attention of the referee, and McNeil there quite definitely was knocked off in the whistle. It's difficult to know, or indeed it must be for Coventry, where they're going to see any light at all in this meeting, because the three Cradley heat leaders, Pennell, Gunderson and Graham, have looked invincible, and their tail has wagged most nobly. Here's Ole Olsen, sporting skipper of the Bees. At least Ole acknowledges that tonight they're in against an absolutely crack side, Cradley on top form. Here's Cliff Anderson, his mechanic and indeed former rider at Milton Keynes. Cliff, it looks to me, might be making some adjustments to Ole's clutch plates. Ole has said, of course, that in conditions which are a little bit sticky, getting out of the gate quickly is of paramount importance, and the Bees have been comprehensively beaten in this department of speed, which is very unusual here at Brandon, where normally they leap out and gain a great deal up to the first corner. But the Cradley have outridden them in every department. I don't think they could argue about that this evening. They've got Gunderson again looking for an individual maximum. He's on the outside in the white helmet colour. Phil Collins, who's improved as he's gone along, started with a 0, gained a 3rd in his second ride, then a 2nd place last time out. He's in the yellow and black helmet colour. There is the lineup. Olsen inside, Collins grid 2, Albus grid 3, and Gunderson on the outside in white. Getting a bit murky out there, the lights beginning to fade. And this is the penultimate heat of this crucial British League fixture. And Gunderson from the outside, Olsen from the inside, although Olsen has just held on round that first corner to withstand Phil Collins, but Gunderson again has made a picture getaway from the outside, and surely now he's on his way to an individual maximum for the Heathens. Cradley crowd are beginning to sing in triumph, as well they might. Gunderson has been a real inspiration to them. He's never got in any trouble, he's flown out, and he's going to collect a really memorable individual maximum. And now Ole Olsen in 2nd place is having a little bit of a dust-up with Phil Collins putting pressure on him. Here is Gunderson moving into the last lap, and Olsen trying desperately to shake off Collins. We'll see that battle. There it is for 2nd place. Here's Gunderson again. He's lost his helmet colour, but he's going to collect a maximum, and they're getting into a bit of a tangle in the minor places. Olsen holds on. 3rd was Phil Collins, but Cradley gain a 4-2 from heat 12, and Gunderson, the man who may well shock a few at Wembley in the World Final. Tonight's form, he certainly will. Collects an individual maximum and has looked a complete master of Brandon.
Enjoyed riding at this track.
Yeah, always seems to be going good here, and last week when I won the Midland Riders here, the track was so good, you know, and it's the same tonight. It's very nice and grippy all the way around, and it seems like we are all going good on it.
Does it seem a bit like home to you here?
Well, no, not really. It's not like riding at Cradley, but I think Coventry is one of my favourite away tracks, you see, so I'm quite pleased the way it's going for us tonight.
You all seem to be bursting with confidence, is that right?
Yeah, I'm always happy and confident, you know.
So how do you feel now about the title?
The Midland Riders? Oh.
No, I mean the league title.
Well, we haven't won it yet, but if we can win here tonight, I mean, there's still 6 rides to go, but if we can win here tonight, I think we should stand in with a good chance winning it, Nick.
And you must be looking ahead to the World Final.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that night. I'm pleased I'm there, and I just want to do good in it. So we'll have to see.